first video, and the YouTube channel is going to be about basically book reviews, anything book related, whatever, like what I read, books I'm going to buy, like tropes, things I love in the books, things I don't love, like anything book related, anything you could think about. Well, right now I don't know, like apart from today's video, which is going to be about book reviews that I've read recently. And I am a new reader. Like, I started 3 months ago and I fell in love with it. So hopefully you can fall in love with reading as well. So before I start with anything, I think it's better to start with the book I'm reading currently. And it's Hunting Adeline. And I love this book. Well, I think I'm like quarter. First of all, when I read it the first time, I wasn't that into it, like I read the first chapters and it was kind of boring, but then I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance because it's a dark romance, right? And I love dark romance, one of the best tropes, by the way, when I'm reading. So I gave it another chance and I love it. So basically in this book, if you have watched the series it's like it in the book. However, in the series, the person being stalked, they don't know they're being stalked. But in the book, she knows she's being stalked. But she loves it. She entertains it. She loves the anticipation. She loves like the curiosity. She loves like, I don't know how to explain it, but she loves something about it. She loves the tension. She likes like somebody is willing to kill someone and just send their body in the mail because they touched her. Like, it is disturbing a little bit, but also I love it. So it's about like this woman who is a writer, and she's at her book signing event, and then this stalker guy, her shadow, comes to her book event. He sees her and he's like mesmerized. He's like, she's so beautiful, but I can't do anything. I'm gonna keep my distance. So basically he's like a stalker in love. Also, when I tell you, this man, he's like a mercenary. He kills people, but he's a murderer with courtesy. He only kills the bad guy, rapist, you name it. So he's a mercenary with like courtesy. He kills like people who traffic girls and stuff like that. So that's like his job. And I don't know, like it just messes with me. Like, what? And the way he justifies his killing is so crazy to me. Okay, so I think it's best if I start with like my first read, or like the books I read first, and then we just like go through and through. My first read was Boy Love Me. No, it's Boy Like Me, I think, yeah. And it's set in like the setting is in like the 19s, and where like a boy being in love with another boy is like a scene and stuff like that. So we follow this young boy who finds out that he's gay and he doesn't want to accept it, and then he's in love with no, the book is about like they read a book that was about homosexualism, and they were like like we text nowadays, but they were like writing notes in the book, and then they leave it in the library, and then they come and they read it. Like they were messaging each other, they were leaving like each other notes. So he's this like the main character. He sets a goal to find out who is he texting to, because he wants to find out like there's another boy in the school who's like him. So he's like, maybe we could be friends, or maybe we could be more than friends. So that's like basically half of the book that we are trying to find out who is the boy who's been texting him, or like leaving love notes in the back of the book. So that's like the setting, and it was quite fun because I personally knew the plot twist. I knew like the guy this book lists. Oh shit! I'm ruining it. Oh my bad. So it's not much ruining because like just know it's going to be a plot twist like. So, which brings me to one of my favorite reads. It's a 5-star and it will always hold a place in my heart. Icebreaker. Hannah wrote that book. Oh my god, I loved every single bit of it. So I'll let a bit of notes about it. So it's a hockey romance, and we follow a love story between a ice hockey player and a ice skating player. The ice skating player is the girl. So it's the enemies to lover trope. They hate each other at first, which I wish they gave us like a slow burn like into their relationship, because it felt like the enemies to lover was quickened. I wanted it to be a little bit of slow. Like, let me read like 10 chapters with them hating each other, but I think it was like 4, 5 when they were hating each other, and the whole reason she hated him because they got to share the rink because the hockey player's rink was ruined because of some other reasons, and they had to share a rink, which means like it's going to minimize her time of like skating. So she hated him for that, and then she was hating him as well because he was cocky, and she doesn't like that. But yeah, it was a good book, and one thing I loved about it is the friendship in that group, in that book. I love a good book with a good friendship. When I tell you, these people literally do anything for each other, and I loved that because I don't know, it's just like a good friendship, which also like build. Oh my god, this sweater is so itchy. I swear to God, I don't have skin eczema, whatever they call it, but I swear it's so itchy. Anyways, one of my notes is like they had a great banter and great tension. You know, like if you're going to write romance, the characters, the main two characters, have to have a great tension. And even though it's not sexual, I want a good tension. I want a little bit of a playfulness, you know? I want a little bit of like, I hate you, but I like you. Like, kiss me, but I don't want to. Like, yes! Give that to me. Bring it to me. I will read it. And this book delivered. And it was spicy. Like, really spicy. And I think it's the first spicy book I read as well. And I loved it. Great humor in the book. The characters were funny. I was giggling, like, laughing. Not this, like, I'm talking like, ha ha ha, laughing. That was a good book. Loved it. Holds a place in my heart. And my next book was Red. It was a cute YA book, and I loved it. So this is what I'm saying, like the book doesn't need to be spicy for the characters to have a great banter, you know? And when I tell you this book delivered, it's a good enemy to lovers. It's a real enemies to lovers book. It was slow. It was like they hated each other until, I'll say, the last 3. No, that's a little bit to this. Until the last 5 chapters. That's a good enemies to lovers book because they really do hate each other. So it's a high school romance, and they really hate each other. They're like class rivals, but not really, because he does all of this. He does like the winning, the making her each like irritating her just to get her attention. That's whole. He's like, he said it like in the future chapters. He's like, I did all of that just to get your attention, just so you can see me, just so he can get noticed. That's the whole reason he was irritating her. That's the whole reason he played along with this whole hate to love thing. But somehow she did kind of get into his like what's the word, nerves. She did kind of get on his nerves a little bit. And it was, wait, Oh yeah, it's the kind of a book that had to grow on you because it's a slow burn, as I said. We get to know the characters, we get to know what they like, we get to know about their a little bit of their family, which also brings so much into who they are because of their family and why they are like that. Well, they were like in elementary school or something. Also, they grew up together. So yeah, he has loved her, but his entire life he has only lived to make her angry or annoy her just so she can notice him, just so she can acknowledge that he's leaving. Oh, if that isn't love, what is love? Because I don't know, I loved it. It's the first YA book that I've fallen in love with because they had great, and when I say great, it's great with a capital G, banter. Like, yes, give it to me. Oh, I love their playful side. I love like when the lines they were giving to each other. Bars. Like, I just loved everything about the book. I love the writing. I love the setting. I love the characters. I loved everything. That's all you have to know. Loved it. 5 stars. Well, and I could like give anything to reread that book for the first time. Loved it. Oh. Just it's Rival Darling. I love this book because it has everything I love in a book. First, great bromance slash brothers slash friendship, and it has great banter, great character growth, great humor. Like, every character is interesting, even the minor ones, because usually when you're reading a book, the minor characters, you'll be like, I don't really care. Like, you read through without like being engaged a little bit, but also you have to because it's like the whole context of the next chapter. But like, you're not that engaged. But in this book, every character, every person was giving, like even the minor characters. So it's a YA novels. It's set, well, the whole Rival Darling sets like, it's like 2 hockey teams, and the girl is from another school which is a rival team to the guys team, and it's a hockey romance. I think, yeah, it was a hockey romance, yeah. So they kind of like fall in love with, and the girl used to date the captain of her hockey school team, but now she's in love with the captain of the other hockey team, and those two, the hockey captains, they like hate each other. They had history back in the days. They broke each other's nose. So it is like juicy and interesting, and I love the anticipation. I loved like going out and be thinking about this book. This book, when you're sleeping, you're going to be dreaming about it. You'll be dreaming about Rival Darling. It delivered no spice at all, but it got on me. Squeezing the book, I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? He kissed her. Oh my god, they hugged, they held hands. That's how excited I was, just by them holding hands. Because it had a slow build on the characters. It made me connect with them, like, you know, like even them holding hands is like a big fucking deal. I'm like, they hold hands. Yeah, so that was a great writing, and it had a great, beautiful ending. I loved it. Everything about it. It's a 5-star, one of my favorites, and it will always hold a place in my heart. And the next book is Capture the Moment. I think I just recently read this one. It's like a few weeks ago. So, it's a one night stand. It's a hockey... Girl, I think I only read about hockey romances, but hey, it's all we get, and it's like a good romance trope thingy. Huh? Trope thingy? It's a good romance. Yeah, so, it's like a forbidden love a little bit, but not really, because her dad is the coach of the hockey team, and the girl she hooked up with Well, not really. They really, well, they kind of did, but they kind of didn't. If you, I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, it is what it is. So she's like, it's like a forbidden love, because Coach is like, she's off limits. Nobody touches her. Also, she's helping out her dad with some things because she used to be an ice skater, so she helps teach the hockey players stuff. I didn't really focus on that, to be honest. I didn't really care. So I'll give it a 3 star because this book had way too many characters. Like, I personally am good at coping up with characters, but when I tell you I was on chapter 40 or like 30 and they were still bringing in new characters, I'm like, I don't even know the characters we started in the first chapter, and you're telling me you're bringing in new ones. And like, even the minor characters, they gave them like too much attention. Like, it was unnecessary because they were never even gonna like talk about them. Or maybe since it's the first book in the series, makes sense that it has too many characters, but it felt like too much. Also, like, one thing I hated about it is like everybody knows each other. Like, can't we just meet and we don't know each other and have a good friendship? Because like everybody, somehow the hockey team, it was like, no, the basketball captain was her brother, and then they had like, all, they were somehow all connected. It feels like things were forced in a way. Like, everybody gets to know each other. Like, even the person, no, this is an assumption, by the way, like, let's say even the person who sells coffee at the school, somehow they know them. They have been friends since childhood. Like, what? They can just meet and become friends, you know? And I didn't like that. Like, it felt forced. And somehow it felt like congested. Like, I don't know. It was just too much a little bit. But it's a very good book, though, apart from the way too many characters and everybody knowing each other. If you like that and you don't mind having too many characters and you don't mind like everybody knowing each other somehow since childhood, then it's a great book. It's a really good book. Also, it's spicy, but on a cutesy level. It's not like play with me spicy. Oh, I think I forgot a book. It was way before Capture the Moment. How could I forget Twisted Love? Ah, that's a masterpiece. Oh my god, I love that book. How did I forget it? So, it's a great, great, great book. And I love Alex Volkov, the man you were. And when I say the man, not the man in the singular, forget it. Not the. He's the man in capital letters. He's a fucking man. Oh my god, I loved his character. The way he walks, the way he behaves, the way he treats her, the way he treats her. This is one of them. I'll burn the world for you. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So Alex Volkov is, I even remember his full name. That's how much I love the book, because usually I just remember their first name and I don't even remember how they are called, but I do remember the character. So him, I remember. That's how much I love the book. I loved him. So it's a brother's best friend, and it's like, my brain is lagging. I've talked to a scene where he killed his uncle. Oh, that's a scene, because I was so intrigued. I was reading the book so quickly, like my eyes were just like, I didn't even notice. That's how much interested and invested I was in the book. But one thing I hated about Alex, just one thing. Please shut up about your money. We get it. You're rich, and I've already said this. You're rich, but please shut up. Shut up. Thank you. Because when I tell you this man, every single sentence, every single word, okay, word is a little bit excessive, but like every single sentence he's making, it has to involve how rich he is, how many people he has, and how what he's going to do to your family if he messes with him, and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah. He couldn't shut up about his money. But overall, loved the character, loved the way he loved her. Oh my god. Great book. Just read it. Great book. Loved it. Twisted Love. And I can't wait to read the next book in the series. So Anna did write the book she gave. Loved. So hey guys, so I am editing right now, and I can show you. I thought, oh, I'm watching Love Island, or not Love Island. Anyways, it's a reality TV show, so that's why it's in the background. Anyway, so I decided to cut the video short because it was going to be pretty long and it wouldn't be interesting. So those books that didn't make it in the video, I'm gonna put them down in the description below for those who are like interested. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and that's it for today's video. Hopefully I can catch you in the next one, and stay happy and healthy. Kisses.